Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I am going to implement a new series. Yay! I should do that really obnoxious screaming children emoji. It's not an emoji. As the title entails, I am going to tell you about the new releases in the bookverse. Specifically, the contemporary, new adult, occasionally maybe YA, romance, fiction world. I feel like I encompassed all the ones. But because this is the first in a series, there is going to be a bit of a learning curve for me, so if you have any recommendations for ways that you would like me to present the video for you in the future, please be free to tell me down there in the comments. I love constructive criticism. So in this video specifically, because I had a little bit of a challenge finding new books that were coming out or have recently come out, I looked through Goodreads, which I thought would be the most quick way and informative way. Found out quickly that was not the easiest. So then I went to Google, I went to Amazon, I went to specific publisher websites to look up new books or upcoming books. So for this video, I'm going to mostly talk about the recent releases. I think I have a couple speckled in that are soon to be this month, possibly, don't hold me to that. But for the most part, in future videos, I do want to do the month that it is applicable for, but just for now, we're going to talk about March and April and maybe May. Also, a quick mention before I jump into this, if you are an author and you have books that are coming out in a series or that you just want to get out there, I would love to help you out with that. I am more than happy to give a summary, mention your book in there. You can find me on social media. Facebook messaging on my personal Facebook, which will be linked down there, is probably the best way to contact me. Goodreads is just not a good way. I get way too many messages on Goodreads. So the first book I'm going to talk about is one from a poet that I've followed for quite a while. I feel like it's been a while. Maybe it hasn't been that long. And the book is called Burning Muses by J.R. Rogue. And I'm gonna read you the little synopsis or summary on the back for it. I feel like that was... I've burned muses. I felt little remorse. I stored our tales. I told them for this life, this luxury, this ease. Their sighs and lies led me to believe they enjoyed the dance too. I've burned muses. I've laughed at those tales. Then I met them. And Burning Muses came out April 15th of 2016. Burning Muses is like real new and the author's not like super known. The book has a 4.3 out of 40 ratings. Like, I love her poetry and I've known that, and that's why instantly when she was like, hey, I'm coming out with this book, I was like, can I get my hands on that? Because I freaking love it. I'm such a fan of poetry. Like, I don't review it a lot on this channel. I actually review it on Right About Now's channel. If you do not know that, I will have their channel linked up here in the card thing. I'm getting back into reviewing for them. So if you like poetry, check them out. You know what I'm also going to do? I'm also going to have links in the description where you can actually purchase these books. I'll have like little Amazon links or Barnes & Noble links. I don't really know which one will work, but I'll have that linked down there so you can easily find it. This is a book that has been highly recommended to me, and it is Sparrow by L.J. Sheen. I keep wanting to say J.L. and I'm never sure what's right. But L.J. Shen or Sheen. I'm bad with names, so sorry. Description. Ooh, you long description. It's okay. Troy Benin. Every Southie in Boston knows that name. The son of the dead mobster. The heartthrob with steel blue eyes. The fixer who can make or break you in this city. Oh, and my new husband. Sparrow Rains. That's me. No one seemed to remember my name up until he barged into my life. But then he caged me, kidnapped me, and killed every chance I had to run away from this place where we grew up. Put simply, Troy Benin clipped my wings. I have dreams, big ones, but I doubt he'll ever let me chase them. I have no idea why he decided to take me as his wife, but I do know this. Pissing off this man will not do me any good. At all. Sparrow is a standalone full-length novel. It contains graphic violence, adult situations, and some may find it offensive. Like a trigger warning at the end of that. That's good. I like that. Oh, I should probably tell you what it has as far as star ratings. I'm sorry. This is kind of me having a mental note of what I want to do in this video and thinking of new things as I do it. So I will go back and tell you what Burning Muses has so far for ratings. This one has a 4.14 on Goodreads as of now. And it has like 5,500 ratings. And Sparrow has come out March 8th of 2016. This next one is Midnight Lily by Mia Sheridan, and I know this name. She had a really long line, so I know she's really known. I haven't read anything by her. This book, out of about 3,000 ratings, has a 3.79 on Goodreads. And it was released March 1st of 2016. Here is a summary. Holden. I love that name. That's like, I write and so I love picking names for characters, but that's one that I've held because I'm like, if I ever were to have a son, I would name it Holden. I love that name. Holden Scott is the prince of professional football. At least he was before he lost it all. Or more to the point, before he threw it all away. Now he's out of a job, out of the public's good graces, and perhaps just a little out of his mind. So when a friend offers up his remote lodge in the wilds, the wilds of Colorado, in the wilds of Colorado, to get his life back on track, so he can hardly say no. The last thing he expects is to see a beautiful girl in the woods, one wearing a white lace dress who appears in the moonlight and leaves no footprints behind. Is she a dream, a ghost, a product of his muddled imagination, or something entirely different? Midnight Lily is a haunting love story of two lost souls reaching for each other in the dark, a tale of healing, acceptance, and the worlds we create to protect our own hearts. It is a story of being lost, of being found, and of being in the place between. This is a standalone, sign of love novel inspired by Virgo Due to strong language and sexual content, this book is not intended for readers under the age of 18. This sounds more paranormal than I expected. I don't know why, like, Midnight Lily, I guess it would sound that way, but I guess because I assumed, like, I don't know what I expected. That's just different. That sounds really good, and I have heard a lot of hype around this book. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, are you reading it? And I'm like, what? I haven't read anything by Mia Sheridan, but I know everyone keeps wanting me to read so many books by her, so maybe this will be my gateway drug, this book. So this next book is a sequel, and so I don't want to read the summary for it because the first book does sound interesting to me, but it is called Never Let You Go by Monica Murphy. I've met Monica before. I like Monica. She's fun. But this book was is going to be released, this is coming up after, May 3rd of 2016, so brand new one, and it is sequel to Never Tear Us Apart. Its rating, I guess for ARC is why there's the rating, that makes sense, is 4.21 out of about 400 ratings. Never Stop Falling by Ashley Drew. It was released on March 1st of 2016, and it has a 4.03 out of about 190 or so ratings on the Goodreads. And here's its summary. I sounded like a squeaky mouse. She didn't expect to fall for her best friend. These are my kind of stories. He was always waiting to catch her. Corinne Bennett lives in the moment. Whether she's skydiving out of an airplane or setting off on the road to anywhere, she's ready to dive into the next adventure. That is, if her best friend, always by the book Nicholas Kelly, doesn't put his foot down on her wild stunts first. When Corinne gives into her growing feelings for Nicholas the summer before their freshman year of college, she takes the ultimate risk, making this one adventure he has longed to explore with her. But the moment they take that irrevocable leap, a shocking revelation blindsides Corinne, exposing her vulnerabilities, bearing her fears, and shattering her beliefs about love. With their future, and most importantly their friendship, now clouded in doubt, she must decide if love is really worth the risk. But when it comes to love, you never stop falling. I mean, that sounds like my cup of tea. Like, that's the kind of thing that is my summer read. The third book in the Elastic Hearts series by Claire Contreras, which is called Elastic Hearts, came out very recently, March 20th, so yeah, very recent. And it has an overall rating of a 4.11 out of about 2,000 ratings. And I will not read the summary for this because third book, spoiler for them, spoiler for me. This one, I'm excited about. I have to get my coffee, I'll be right back.
It is so hot in here that I cannot take off my clothes. Only some of them, which is why I'm not wearing pants. Needs more honey, but still pretty good. I'm okay with that.
This is called Unseen Messages by Pepper Winters. I think she wrote something else that was kind of like captivy, but I like the cover and that like obsession I have with the double exposure thing. I love it. But this book came out on March 30th of 2016. Gotta stop saying that. Of course it's 2016. And it has a 4.28 overall rating out of almost 2,000. This is a really long summary. Instincts are what keep us safe from fate. Ignoring them can change your life forever. Fame and fortune arrived overnight, and after months on the road with her singing tour, all Estelle craves is peace. I love the name Estelle. Okay, continuing. Tired and ready for paradise, she travels to Fiji to recuperate. Stubborn and surly, Galloway, that's a cool name too. Galloway is avoided by most, which is exactly the way he likes it. However, he's done spending his life in regret and hopes to find redemption in the tropical wilderness. Together they board a flight that changes their fate forever. Crash landing on a deserted island, they not only have to figure out how to survive with no skills and daily dangers, learning how to fish, find water, build shelter, but also inherit two children who look to them to keep them alive. However, staying alive might be the least of Galloway and Estelle's problems. As days creep to months and rescue doesn't find them, their desire for each other ignites. They started as strangers, they grew to be friends, they fought their desires to be lovers. Lust can be a beautiful thing. Love is most rewarding, but not on an island where life hangs by a thread and giving into temptation can kill you. Can they survive being forgotten, or will love be their ultimate undoing? It's a standalone also, by the way. It reminds me a lot of On the Island, which is a really good book. I'll have my review for it linked up here. It reminds me of that. It's obviously like, it feels different, but it's like stranded on an island kind of thing. This next one is by such a sweet fucking author. I've met her multiple times. I just love her to pieces. Her name is Angeline, and her book that has come out recently is called Hell on Heels. And I love the play on words. I love it. I know this came out recently, and I cannot find the date in which it came out, but I'm pretty sure it was within the last month or two. If I can find the date, I'll have it right here. Out of 100 ratings, it has a 4.46. I use people. Not in a malicious way, but in the way an addict abuses their substance of choice. People are my vice, men specifically. I crave the emotional high they give me with unique and reckless disregard for my own well-being, eagerly floating into an unsustainable euphoria, knowing full well that after every high comes an equal, if not more powerful, plummet into the devastating abyss. But like every junkie, I crawl willingly back into the arms of my demons. Oh, the price we pay to feel loved. We'd sell our souls to the devil himself for that. Perhaps I have already. They say that acknowledging you have a problem is the first step to recovery. Well, in my case, that name is Charleston Smith, and I have a fucking problem. I fucking love the way she writes. I have some of her other books, and I've read bits and pieces from them, and just out of like sheer curiosity, but I really need to fully commit to reading an entire book of hers because I love the way she structures her sentences even. It's like, oh, I love it. Nicole Williams is an author I've had recommended to me time and time and time again, and the book of hers that has recently come out is called Collared, and it has an overall rating out of almost 2,000 of a 4.10. When a 17-year-old girl vanishes, a community is shaken. Parents turn desperate, friends hold vigils, and the boy who loves her searches. When years go by, the community is recovering. Parents feel hopeless, friends feel helpless, and the boy who loved her continues his search. When 10 years go by, the community has forgotten, parents cling to the past, friends move forward to the future. The boy who loves her brings her home. I got chills. I love fucking murder mystery type things. I don't know if this is gonna be it, but I got chills. Jade Childs spends 10 years in captivity, but now that she's back, the real battle for survival begins. The media shadows her, flashbacks haunt her, her old life invades her. Her so-called new life rejects her. She spent too many years in the dark to recognize the light. That seems really good. I'm really excited for that one. But those are all the books that I have to tell you about today. Most months I might have more, I might have less. I really don't know. I'm trying to find new and more advantageous ways to find out about new releases or recent releases. I didn't want to go on to other people's blogs and like use their stuff because it's like they worked to get that, that's theirs, and so I wanted to find it out on my own, and so I don't really know how exactly to go about finding that information for you guys. But if you're reading a series or you're looking forward to a book or you're hearing about something and you want to kind of like share the love, or like tell other people about like unknown authors that you're like, oh, this book's coming out of theirs and it's so good, or you need to read this, it just came out, that kind of thing, also tell me. I will be happy to mention it in a video. I think that this is a really great platform to help authors reach a wider audience and for us to kind of share great books, because that's what I love about the booktube community. We're just always very like, hey, read this, recommend that, just because we are very sharing and caring. But like I said before, if you have any constructive criticism to help make the videos better in this series, please let me know down there in the comments or message me. Cool with all that, and I will see you guys later next time on Bookworms Talk. Bye. So my coffee just spilled on my leg and is dripping on my floor. Glad it wasn't really hot coffee, jeez. Unseen messages? Will you stop it? Please stop it? Gracias. I hate my neighbors. Like with a burning passion.